gentlemen of YouTube. This is Shadowcast1991 here, bringing you my Knack review. As you all may already know, and you should know, Knack is a PS4 exclusive, made, I forgot the company that made it. I don't even want to say it. Not even gonna try. But yeah, let's get to it. Knack is a game about like a little, I would say it's a creature that's made out of relics. It's what's used for cars and airplanes. It's basically a power source in the game. They're called relics. And one of the main characters actually ends up finding this orb. It was a different relic. It was an orb with it has like a blue light in the center of it, and he ends up unlocking like the secrets of the relics, and he makes Knack. And that's where Knack is born. Knack is really tiny at first, and he can combine with other relics to increase in mass and size and essentially become huge. And he uses like all the relics as I guess this gives them, it depends, because he can also fuse not only with relics, but he can also fuse with elements around. Like if there's ice, he can fuse with that instead of relics, and also get bigger in size. He can fuse with metal, wood also. And yeah, I mean, overall, Knack is, it was an odd game. It was something new, it was unique. It was definitely something really different than what you'd expect. To me, when I first saw it, it looked more like a game that involved a lot of puzzles. I mean, that's the way they portrayed it, like a puzzle-based game. But it really wasn't that. It ended up being like a game that kind of, per se, in the game, they kind of hold your hand a little bit, because you could tell it's definitely a kid's game. It's definitely for kids, but at the same time, it is okay to, if you're older, you can play it too, because it's kind of fun. I'll admit it was actually kind of fun. But also being that it's one of Sony's only titles that's exclusive on the PS4 that's next gen, I decided to get it to really give it a try. And so far, I mean, it's a little strange. The game is very strange, very different from what I'm used to. It's like an adventure game, but it's very linear. It's not really, there's no open world, none of that. All it is you basically have to stop these goblins which are attacking the humans and stuff. So you as Knack are sent with the guy who created you as a scientist and a group of other humans, who you all, put your resources together and go after the goblins and try to find out how they're getting their weapons and all those different things. There's a lot of twists in the game. It's not a very immersive story. It's a pretty simple story of good versus bad, and a little bit of betrayal in there. Basically, the thing is, with the gameplay wise for the game, it's a little odd to explain, because it's a very simple, like, you just have the same button all the time. Square is a strike button, that's all it is. Square, and then there's dodge with the right analog. So it's an extremely simple game, nothing complicated about it. You have some little special abilities that you have, like 2 or 3 special abilities that are pretty simple as well. It was definitely not the game I expected it to be. Definitely wasn't as entertaining as I hoped it would be. So yeah, gameplay-wise is extremely simple, but the thing is, while the bigger you get, the stronger you get, the more also you can take a little more damage. But the smaller you are, the more, it's a little harder, but it also becomes a little more aggravating. Because when you start off as, a small Knack, and you get hit once by one move, you die. And then you have to restart, and then you die again, and you restart, and then you die again, and then you restart. And you keep on having to do that, but it becomes like a little bit of a vicious cycle, where it's like, there'll be times where you'll be able to catch on, you'll figure out what you're doing, and you'll learn what you're doing, and you'll figure out how to get around the area, how to, get around the bad guys and kill them and dodge and whatnot. But then there'll be times when you just die constantly, over and over and over and over. And it'll be, well, you get hit once or twice, and even if you're big, you get hit once or twice and you're dead. And then that's not, doesn't make a very fun experience. I mean, I don't want the game to be so easy that I can just destroy everybody, but the fact is, it shouldn't feel as hard as it does, or as impossible as it does, because it's like, basically, there'll be times where you can't even dodge some moves, and you'll be facing multiple bad guys, and you'll just get killed, and you have to do that part over. You get sent a good ways back, in the game, which is it makes it a little frustrating. Definitely not a fantastic experience, but the game was kind of fun at times. Some of the battles were interesting. The final boss battle was, to say the least, it had its cool elements, but at the same time, just they made you die so fast in those things that you have to restart the boss battles. I mean, there's of course there's like different levels of that ending boss battle and whatnot, where he'd get bigger and stronger and he'd do different moves, but then you have to adapt to that. I mean, and you turn really huge too, which is kind of cool, but you look really weird. You look like you have a skirt and whatnot on. You look really when at the end when Knack gets humongous, he looks so weird. So it's I don't know what they were trying to do. Exactly, but the game is it's a kids game. It's a cookie, it's a very kooky little quirky game. Definitely not bad for kids. I would recommend it for kids. It's not bad, but the thing is just the amount of deaths there is. I mean, I'm sure some people get past it without dying at all, but the point is it should be something you should be able to pick up and not get too frustrated with it. The mechanics should be a little more solid, a little more solidified for a game that's as simple as it is, with simple controls, simple mechanics. It should be to the point where you can manage to get through things pretty quickly, but it shouldn't have to get to the point where you have to repeat things over and over and over and over, and that just isn't the way a game should be, especially like that, especially being a kids game and all. And it wasn't as puzzly as I'd hoped. There was some moments where it was some puzzles, but they'd pretty much do everything for you, and the cutscene things would happen, And character-wise, Knack's character was pretty cool. I liked whoever used for the voice actor was pretty cool. He had he had a deep voice and whatnot. The guy who made him was kind of funny too, the scientist. There was besides with the bad guy, there was a human girl who was a bad guy, which she really annoyed me. It's not the fact that she was a girl. It's just the fact that the way that they made her character just annoyed the crap out of me, because the fact that she basically, every human's normal, and then all of a sudden, but she seems to be the only human who can freaking wall run and kick Knack and knock him out. And that part kind of pissed me off, because I was like, Knack is huge. He's big now all of a sudden, and she managed to get one solid kick on him after wall running. And it's like, I mean, I know it's a fantasy game, but at the same time, it's like, that's the only human that can do something like that. So it's like, why would you make... It was just dumb to me. I found that really dumb. And the way they made her character have like a little rivalry with Knack, it wasn't cool. It wasn't fun to watch. It was annoying to see her come on screen, because I knew that she wanted to fight Knack hand to hand, and it was just stupid. It was just stupid. And Knack's supposed to be this creature who can take relics and become bigger in size and become stronger. But the thing is, you get hit, you lose your relics. You start losing relics. The more you get hit, the more punishment you get. To the point where, like, if you lose all your health, you kind of like all your relics fall and you kind of explode type thing. It's weird. But the thing is, when you get hit and those relics fall off, you don't get to retake them. It's kind of dumb. You have to get new ones. So it involves a level of strategy. I'll definitely admit that it involves a level of strategy, and you have to be quick. You can't be too aggressive. But the thing is, I wish the game would give you a little more freedom to play the way you want to play. If you want to be more aggressive, want to get crazier, and then just try to go, kind of fight through the game, not make you try to have to do it in a way that you're not comfortable with, kind of. I mean, I don't mind strategy games. I love things that involve a lot of thinking, a lot of strategy, a lot of evasiveness. But the thing is, it's a very simple game, very simple mechanics. There really isn't a reason for them to try to make it that way. But I mean, the game looks pretty good graphic wise. It's like a cartoonish type of game. I say overall, I mean, the game was pretty good. It was straight. It wasn't great. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't their best job. I mean, it wasn't something that Sony or PlayStation would be like a game of the year. Definitely not. It was a solid game, but honestly, I'd expect a little bit more from out of the game, because the way it was portrayed at E3 and all that, it seemed like it was gonna be one of those really puzzly titles and whatnot, and that's what I was kind of hoping for when I got it. But I mean, overall, it wasn't a bad game. It was pretty fun. I beat it. Yeah, I guess if I had to give it rating of anywhere between 1 and 10. For this game, I give it around a 7.5 or so. Yeah, anywhere between 7 and 7.5. Nothing higher than that. Graphically, it was straight. Gameplay wise, mechanics are extremely simple. Simple. So it's good for, like I said, it's good for a kid. But I was kind of hoping for a little more out of it. But yeah, right now that's that's about it. If you like the video, please leave a like and hit subscribe. And as for next time, I should be doing, I don't know if I'll be doing another game review. I will probably be doing maybe I'll be talking about some gaming news. I'm not sure yet. But I might talk about not just PS4 titles. I might talk about I know I've been playing a little Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn, so I might talk a little bit about that. Also, I mean, yeah, I'll give you guys an update another day to see what I'm going to be doing next, because right now there's no more PS4 games until Infamous Second Son comes out. So, yeah, I mean, hey, catch you in the next video. Peace.